So I move to not accept this amendment. I vote no on the amendment.
Mr. Speaker, gentleman yield. Mr. Jackson, for what purpose? The gentleman yield.
You yield? Certainly.
He yields. Doctor, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm also reading the amendment. And it said if the procedures are covered services under the health insurance policy and within the scope.
Right. But again, the scope of practice has been tried to be expanded by the
within the scope of the license of the chiropractor.
Again, the scope
and who determines? However, it does, and it does. This doesn't. But it appears within the scope of the license of the chiropractor.
Again,
so this is not a scope of practice bill. Doesn't matter how hard you try to make it one. This is not a scope of practice bill.
I respectfully disagree with you, Mr.
Then I don't know how you can read this that way. And I would invite everybody to read it for themselves.
I agree. So I move to table.
Representative Fletcher to speak against?
No.
Speak for the amendment.
For the amendment.
Mr. Speaker, members, recognize Representative Chisum to close. Representative Schwartner withdraws his motion table. Representative Fletcher would like to speak against. Speak for the amendment. Representative Fletcher to speak for the amendment.
Turn me on.
Mr. Speaker, members, we've already passed this session, House Bill 1683, which allows for chiropractors to give disabled parking permits on a temporary basis alone. That was passed out of transportation because you're required, after the chiropractor signs that, to go over to TxDOT to get that temporary parking. It died in chubbing last session, and we got it out this session, and it's passed over in the Senate today, as far as from what I've been told. I've read this amendment. This amendment does not deal with scope of practice. It's very clear in 2 or 3 places in the amendment that it falls within the licensing of a chiropractor. As Representative Chisum said earlier, I can't understand why when someone goes to a chiropractor today that they can't let their insurance pay for what they're being treated for at that spot. I know that it was brought to my attention, the reason I carried House Bill 1683, that chiropractors were being called by local MDs to bring over their x-rays and to bring over their case files so they could issue the same disabled parking permit that the chiropractor was trying to tell his patient that he needed. I find it absolutely ludicrous that someone who goes to college for 4 years, attends chiropractic college, comes out understanding what his license and what the requirements are for his profession are, with all the modern technology we have, with the x-ray machines, MRIs, and all of the technology they have, if they can't make some decisions based on what so they'll have to pay a patient has to pay another copay. And in this particular amendment only asks that the chiropractor be paid for what he prescribes or does for the patient. Thank you.